couldn't have even tried to hide being trans if I wanted to, really. And it was tough, you know. Yeah. I'm also telling you that I went to Young Offenders Institute. I'm telling you that I did sex work. I'm telling you that I'm trans.
Not stuff you would all put in your Tinder bio.
He just kissed me and just threw me on the bed, basically. And I looked into his eyes and it was just electric.
Oh, my God.
I just knew it was going to be good.
Hey dykes, dolls, divas, he, she, theys and gays. I'm Amy Spaulding.
And I'm Gareth Valentino, and each week we talk to our nearest and queerest about life, love and everything in between. This episode may contain adult themes.
So let's break it down. Each episode we're going to have a new celebrity guest come on and we're going to take them on a date to remember.
But first we're going to really get to know them. Then we're going to talk through some pre-date rituals, the hot date, and hopefully it's going to end in a kiss.
Our guest today is a trailblazing author, journalist and icon. It's Paris Lees. But first, Gareth, I want to know, how gay's your day, love?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah. For the listeners...
Oh yeah, go on.
Gareth's just whipped out a bubble machine.
That's how gay my day is. Bubbles.
Bubbles! This is amazing.
Summer's coming.
Summer's coming.
Do you know what I mean? Skinny dipping with your heart
babe,
out.
it's giving pride. You brought pride to the studio today and I'm so glad to see it. And not to burst your bubble, but...
yeah, how's yours? Sorry, I was just so enthralled by the bubbles.
I would
What have
say...
you done today?
I'd say I'm having a pretty, gay day in the sense of, gay male day because I did shave your back this morning.
She did.
I razor bladed it.
So basically, for those watching and listening, I arrived on set today and I didn't shave my beard because I am a 30-year-old man. Mm-hmm. And then we recently discovered that I had a hairy back.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
Recently, because I've been staring at it all day.
From twink to twas. So Amy graciously, as lesbians always do, help us out.
Yeah.
She shaved my back.
I literally shaved it with a...
what do you call them things? Microblader.
Microblader.
Yeah,
I gave up pretty quickly because there was a lot to work
with. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Chewbacca vibes.
Yeah, it was Chewbacca. I mean, the chest is chesting.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm keeping her.
Yeah.
She's fierce.
So I feel like, I graduated to gay man.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a suit. So
I'm in a suit, yeah. I'm in a dyke power suit. It's giving the L word. It's giving Bet from the L word. So pretty gay, as always, to be fair. After all that gay chat, it's made me a bit hungry.
Oh, yeah, me too. You ready for a wee munchie?
I'd love a little bicky.
All right,
go on, grab the Tim.
We have a bicky tin that's full of disastrous and good and bad dating stories.
Got a good mix in there, an eclectic selection, just like your grandma's biscuit tin at home.
So we're going to reach in and see if there's anything worth dunking or...
We're eating it up.
Eating it up.
Leaving no crumbs.
Let's go.
Come on, I'm hungry. Quick. So, went for drinks with a guy and somehow it turned into a competition. Everything I said, he'd done bigger. I go to the gym, he's training for a High Rocks. I like cooking, he did a course in Tuscany. Oh my God.
I hate him.
Yeah, innit? It's giving 11 Reef.
Yeah, it's giving insecure is what it's giving.
I mentioned I'd been to Brighton and he basically patted me on the head and raised me 3 continents and a yoga retreat. I was just trying to have a pint, not update my CV. At one point, I genuinely considered asking if he wanted a medal or just another drink. Have you ever been on a date where it feels more like a competition than a date?
Well, I mean... famously gay men are always trying to one-up each other, so I feel like a lot of dates actually it's been like, I do that. Oh, I do that as well. Oh, did you go to that class? Yeah, I finished that.
Yeah.
Completed it, mate.
What about your boyfriend now? Is it?
I think my boyfriend now, we're both competitive in different areas, so that's why it works.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you
he
don't
knows
cross
I
over.
have my thing, he has his thing.
What's your thing?
We are
fashion.
My thing,
and
topping.
Yeah.
No, we are competitive in a sense of I think
you can get the best Facebook marketplace find.
Oh, I love Facebook marketplace. So he's amazing at it.
Yeah, he's so good at that.
Literally found me a unit the other day and I was like, I wish I'd done that.
Is the shoe ever on the other foot? Are you ever the one measuring up? Are you like that? He's bigger than me, he's more muscular than me?
Oh, constantly.
Okay.
It's a gay man's problem. You're always measuring yourself to that other person and if you're good enough for them or better than them. You need a yin and yang. But you can't have two bulls. Yeah. You know?
I'm also not the person to one up someone in this sense.
Yeah.
Of I went to that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
hate that. I will take you bowling and I will
beat you.
I'm not gonna
100%.
Yeah. I'm not gonna play it down. I'm not gonna let you in. No.
So Amy, are we dunking this one or reading it up?
Definitely dunking.
I think
so. Yeah, boy, bye.
Yeah, ciao. Get rid. So
give me that tin. Give me that tin. I'm dunking it in.
We're dunking it because we don't like it, so we're putting it back.
Yep.
We're not eating this one.
Nope. Not today.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so if anyone's listening or watching this and you think you've got a better dating story or worse, we're not fussy. Please send it our way. Drop us a DM at It Started With a Kiss pod.
Right, Amy, it's called It Started With a Kiss, so I'm going to lay the kiss on you today. What's your most raunchiest kiss that you've had?
Okay, I would say in Greece.
Oh.
Picture the scene. Okay.
Come on, Aphrodite.
I know, right? My girlfriends whisked me off for my birthday.
Daddy.
We're in a tiny little Grecian town called Nafplio, and we're on our little like terraced bar lit by nothing but the moon over the castle on the hill. Okay.
Moon over the castle over the hill.
Yeah.
Triple threat.
Yep. It's my birthday.
Okay.
So
my born day, fab.
Yeah. And my girlfriend just kisses me. We're having this like super gorgeous moment. There's music playing. We're like just dancing on the balcony. It's actually like so
That's
romantic.
cute.
It's one of those moments that I'll think about forever. And she just
That's
grabbed me.
movie time.
Yeah, it was giving that. And she just kissed me, and then it started to like slightly rain, but it wasn't like heavy. Genuinely, and this is like, ooh. And we just had this super, super steamy kiss. And then, went
this
back
is
inside.
romantic. I want raunchy.
Yeah.
I want you to be like...
Okay, well then, we went back
yeah.
into the room.
Yeah.
And it got
and
raunchy.
played chess.
And played chess, yeah. As all lesbians do. We played bridge. What about you though? What's your most raunchiest kiss?
Most of the raunchiest kisses I've had probably happened at like festivals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's always where it happens.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Can you really get in your groove at a festival?
Yes, you can.
In the Portaloo, famously.
Oh, famously. That was my weirdest one,
Yeah.
but yeah. No, I think my raunchiest kiss would probably be like... It was a Scottish festival, actually, and it was near the Loch Ness.
Everyone's wearing kilts.
Everyone was wearing kilts? No. We were like it was like a techno festival, and then this guy like just looked eyes across from me, like literally across. It was
And
like from
beelined.
here, yeah, and just beelined straight over to me, grabbed me, tongue down the
your
throat.
Ugh.
It was fab.
Choking on that
Didn't know his
tongue.
name. Never
And you
met
don't
him
need to know
again.
it's
No.
not, and that's none of your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Well, should we get into it and meet
Yes.
our gorgeous, gorgeous guest?
Yes, let's do it.
Our guest today created, exec produced, and wrote the multi-BAFTA nominated TV show
Jeez.
What It Feels Like for a Girl, based on her own memoir. It's Paris
Paris
Lees,
Lees.
everyone.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you
for
so much for
coming.
joining us. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. So does the set.
I know, right? You're kind of matching.
Yeah, you are. Did
I
you
was,
get the memo?
it felt like colour today, and I wasn't wrong.
Love that. Okay, so we'll break down what today entails. So we want to get to know you.
Okay.
Really
Yeah,
get to
really
know
get
you.
to know
Like a
you.
date,
Yeah.
almost.
Well, then
yeah.
we're going to take you on a hot date. But before we get into the hot date, we want to hear all about your like pre-date rituals, your pre-date prep, and then at the end of the night, maybe
We'll get a little kiss.
it'll end in a kiss.
Okay. Oh, like all good dates.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, I'm on a promise now.
No pressure, no pressure. I'm blushing already.
Yeah, same. You know?
So I'd love to know: are you single?
Yeah, let's
Are
get
you-
right
well,
in.
It's a dating podcast. So.
I am single, actually. Yeah, I
Oh my
am.
goodness.
And I have been for like, oh God, dare I say how long? 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Do you feel like you thrive as a single person?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot going on, and I've just been really, 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 really focused
Yeah.
on getting the show made.
yeah.
Sure.
And it's taken everything that I've got because I'd never done this before. And so the career, and I've been, getting a place and just really getting my life together.
Yeah.
And so dating's just sort of been on the back seat. I wouldn't say that I've been completely celibate in that period of time.
Oh, do tell.
I am taking gentlemen callers occasionally.
Yeah.
No, I've had a few little, but I wouldn't say that I've been seriously putting that out there. So I think actually this summer
Okay.
is actually the time where I'm like, okay, it's
Hot girl
it's,
summer. Hot
it's
girl
on.
summer. Yeah. I mean, what do you
Dating
call
for spring. Groundbreaking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's see what's out there. But I think the weather starts coming out, and guys
yeah,
are looking good. Like
Yeah.
the sap is rising. Like the blooms are
Blooming.
opening.
We can
It's
tell
like
you're a writer.
the flowers
Wow.
are.
God, I want you to read me a story. Bedtime story. Go.
I'll have a think of something age appropriate.
Speaking of gentlemen callers, do you have a type?
I'm very sort of tall, dark, handsome.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm a tall girl.
Yeah.
I like a big man.
Okay.
I can't say it was somebody that I could winning a fight.
Right.
I want to be thrown onto the bed rather than led to it kind of thing. So if I can win you in an arm wrestle, then it's not going to work.
Is that what you do? You have your line of gentlemanly collars with the arm
just
up?
Brute strength, could bring an ox back on the back of his.
You want a bit of beef
back, yeah.
You want a gatherer, a hunter
exactly.
gatherer.
Yeah, I'm looking for a provider.
Yeah,
really. Yeah.
A zaddy, older, younger.
I feel like I'm at a point now where it's like I can go 10 years down, 10 years up kind of thing. So
that's a good place to be.
40-year-old men are actually starting to look really good to me now.
Yes, girl.
I'm like, okay.
They've got it together.
Yeah.
But you obviously don't have time to look for something serious because obviously what it feels like for a girl.
I mean, that must
based on your life, right?
Based on the book of my life, it's been a really all-consuming project actually, and it's just weird because making it has been like so intensive, and it has become my life over the past few years.
So if any of our listeners haven't seen the show yet and need to, or read your book, could you please break it down?
Well, I guess really it's a bit of a time travel back to the 2000s, which is basically makes it a period drama at this point. So I don't even know how it works, because the maths, obviously. I mean, I was very young when I started going out. I was sort of 14 years old, always tall and precocious. So getting into a lot of trouble from a young age. And it's really about that. It's about being sort of a person like me on a council estate at a certain point in time, and not really having the best time of it at school, not having the best time of it at home, like a lot of people. Was always very feminine, always, just couldn't have even tried to hide being trans if I wanted to, really. And it was tough, Yeah. And then I think when puberty came around, I just sort of rebelled, and was like, I'm having a horrible time, so stuff it. I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. Yeah. May have got involved in a bit of trouble that got me sent to prison.
Sure.
Yeah, so I've done time. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, a bit of Bad Girls. Although it wasn't. It was a young offenders institute for boys. Yeah. So so that was a whole thing, and it was kind of like, you had to make it into a story. It was a very intense period, and I just really wanted it to be entertaining for people, So I haven't written it to sort of bash people over the head with an agenda or anything. If people take something from it and can empathise with somebody who's walked a different path to them, then that's absolutely great. But I just wanted to tell my truth, and also as well, we had so much fun, and me and my best friend Steffi, we were like, because before the book was published, I was like, can I do, because it's her stories as well, and she was like, listen, if you hadn't have written this book, I'd have had to have written it. People need to know what went down in Nottingham in the noughties. I'm telling you, to then be able to make it into the show and actually be involved in all of the creative aspects, because I didn't even know that I could screenwrite and I could do all of this stuff. And I think it's more to do with the fact that I wanted to bring this story to life. I mean, God knows if I could do it again, but yeah, it was quite a, it was a learning experience.
When you went to prison, were you already out as trans, or was it like figuring it out
outside? Yeah, so I was kind of like 50-50, it wasn't like I woke up one day and it's like, I'm going to be a girl. I was very androgynous. I grew my hair and everything, and I always spoke very feminine, and my manner and all of it, and so I think maybe I cut my hair to go to court. It's weird having your stuff out there, and I think definitely from a dating perspective as well, because it's like, I'm really proud of what I've done, but if I meet guys on apps now and they say, what do you do? And I say, I'm a writer, and they go, anything that I would have seen, and it's like,
do you tell them that?
Maybe we'll do a few dates first, because essentially if I show you what I've written,
it all.
I'm also telling you that I went to Young Offenders Institute. I'm telling you that I did sex work. I'm telling you that I'm trans.
Not stuff you would all put in your Tinder bio.
Well, I do actually tell guys that I'm trans pretty early on, but
the rest of it,
it's like, it would be nice to be able to have the chance to sort of like drip feed that information to people and sort of like, you know, suss them out. Is there somebody that I can trust, kind of thing? So oftentimes I meet guys and they do know who I am, you know, which is you don't have to go through all of that conversation, and it's either, you know, they're on board or they're not, kind of thing.
Is that weird for you? Obviously, people knowing who you are now with your fame. And
you give something up, and I think the other thing is as well, which is it's such a privilege to be able to do something like this. I mean, how cool is it? You know, first world problems. Look at everything that's happening around the world. But it is also true, something's out there which is essentially a representation of you. It is a really odd, surreal, wonderful, like when it's good because it's about you and it's from you, and it's and so when it's good and you're feeling good about it, it's like, oh, it's great and it's all about me. And then when it's not going well and you don't feel good about it, you're like, oh my God, you know, it's made out of my memories and my life. And it's very much a first world, you know, esoteric problem, but it's been a strange few years.
I can't even
and
imagine.
Taking everything.
It must be weird though, because obviously, I mean, who were your like inspirations growing up? Who did you look up to?
Oh gosh, I mean, narrow it down into kind of like what field, but I guess in terms of like storytellers and writers, big fan of like Irvine Welsh. We studied The Colour Purple by Alice Walker. I did literature at university. I really love Wuthering Heights, actually. And again, so these have all got kind of like regional.
Regional.
And that I was always really drawn to that, actually. I think, I don't know if you guys know Paddy Clark, like Roddy Doyle.
Educate us.
That's written in, I have not read it for years, but I just always was drawn to things because it just seemed to, it jumped off the page and it seemed authentic to me. And I feel that anybody who's looked at my kind of career and what I've done with my life, like the through line through it is really just actually telling the truth and just being authentic and honest. I'm kind of worried what you're going to ask me today because I actually don't have any filters. I didn't know how I could tell my story without writing it in sort of like regional dialect. So I think it puts some readers off.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely. Some people like weren't on board with it, but I think for the people who actually stuck with it, it's like anything that's like an acquired title that you have to work for. I think the people who stuck with it actually enjoyed it more in the end, you know, but I was very clear, you know, I don't want to have to make myself legible to you as a working class person, as a trans woman. That's actually part of the point that I'm making, is meet me on my own terms. This is who I am.
I love
you
that.
know?
Like, you either eat it up or you get out. But
you know, and so it's either for you or it isn't. And I think really that probably is an attitude that I take over into dating. I mean, obviously we all want to show ourselves in our best light, don't we? You know, you know, I just don't think you can be something that you're not to try and impress
100%.
people. You know, it's like ultimately they're going to get to know you, kind of thing.
But you were the first trans woman to be a journalist in British Vogue, right?
I feel like I'm told I'm the first to do a lot of things, but it's it's not a humble brag. I think it's more of a comment on the fact that we just didn't have the opportunity to do things before. And of course, you know, there's a lot of people who were sort of like, you know, how do we know if they were out or not? Because back in the 1950s, you had a woman called April Ashley. I don't know if you've heard her name before.
What's that?
She was a model and she modelled for Vogue, and she was an underwear model.
I have heard about that.
Yeah, she's a really interesting woman. And when she was outed by the newspapers in 1960 for being trans, and that was it. That was the end of her modelling career.
Oh wow!
And so I was definitely the first columnist at British Vogue. But it's like we've always been there.
Yeah.
But it's like, have we been able to be open and celebrated? And I think when Edward Enninful came in, he really wanted to open up, you know, what Vogue looked like and celebrate, you know, talent from areas and communities and identities that hadn't necessarily had access to that kind of really aspirational brand, which I mean doesn't get any better than Vogue, does it? You know, turning up to Vogue House for a meeting, it's very glamorous.
What did you wear when you went there?
Oh, do you know, honestly, as soon as I got it, I thought, oh God, I'm going to have to buy a trench coat and
a Burberry trench coat.
I'm going to need a pair of white boots and
sunglasses,
an umbrella,
and a black turtleneck. It was all in there. Do you know what I mean? I was like, all of the sort of like the style kind of classic. You should have this in your wardrobe, and I was like, oh, you know, here we go. But you can't keep up with fashion people. You know,
it's of course not.
So I think just wear black, keep it chic, keep it simple.
But so you spoke about how Edward opened up those doors, you know, for so many different people. Do you feel like that was important for you with, you know, converting this book of yours to a TV show to bring, you know, kind of people from all walks of queer life, all walks, like all different backgrounds and everything?
Yeah, so I mean, with the proviso of, you know, we don't know who's gone before, because they might not have been open to have their identity out there. I think it is fair to say that I'm the first trans woman in this country that's been able to tell their story in this way, and actually, you know, effectively be a showrunner on a BBC drama, you know, and to be nominated for a BAFTA. So it's you know, it's not a humble brag. It's that is just the reality. We haven't had that before, and so, you know, I'm incredibly proud of that. And I think one of the reasons that, you know, I wanted to, you know, get my voice heard and get into journalism originally was because I saw all of these representations of people like me, and they were just inaccurate. And I was like, that's not even, like, what you're saying is not even right. You know, like it's not correct. And so I really wanted to sort of correct that. And I think that so many times we, as marginalised people, particularly the trans community, which is obviously, you know, the thing that I speak to, we feel that we need to explain ourselves to cisgender society, or we need to, you know, we need to complain, or we need to boycott. And I think that's great. But, like, I feel like we need to get into positions of power. You need to be the showrunner. You need to be the editor of the magazine. You need to be the director. You need to be the person hiring. You need to be the person that owns the house. You know, it's like
the undercover agent who can then open the doors for everyone else.
Marching and everything is great, but you need to get into the system.
You need to be the casting director. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like so oftentimes we allow people to provoke us and upset us, and we get drawn into these arguments of, but this is wrong and I'm right, and this, and it's like, no one cares about whether you're right or not. That's not, the world is run on power.
Exactly.
You know, you need to be in a position to actually affect change. So my biggest advice to anybody feeling frustrated about the state of the world, just focus on getting yourself into a position where you have power to affect change, because the world isn't fair, and things aren't run on what's right and what's wrong. But I just feel incredibly lucky, incredibly grateful.
Was there anything that you look back on, you know, because it's obviously such a reflection of your past, are you like, oh God, why did she do that? Or like,
oh my God,
are you just like, everything kind of got me here to where I am today, so it's fine? But
I don't know. It's interesting, because my sister said to me, all of that stuff that was so difficult for you early on in life will actually become now the thing that adds value to your life. And I think actually I needed to do that, because if I'd just drawn a line under it and said, well, that was the past, it's like, what good did that do me? And so I feel like I've spun it into gold now.
Yeah, you really have.
And I had to do that. Like I don't mean to come across as smug, but there are so many people that want to drag you down as a trans woman, right? That are there to undermine you. They don't want us to be happy. They don't want us to prosper. They don't want us to flourish. And I made a promise to myself a very long time ago, the more you try and degrade me and try and push me down, the more fabulous I'm going to be, and the better I'm going to make my life.
So you've spoken about the people kind of who inspire you, and now as a showrunner, do you feel like you're able to kind of take on the mantle of that job?
Yeah, from the start, I knew that I wanted to get as many trans people working on the project as possible. So we had lots of trans creatives behind the scene as well, you know, like our intimacy coordinator, you know, the very crew, where possible, try to bring as many people in, because, you know, I get invited to do these things all the time that's, you know, about raising awareness or mental health, or, you know, this empowering campaign. Let me tell you something, the only thing that's ever empowered me is getting paid. Right? So you want to help trans people,
100%.
give them a job.
We don't need equality, we need equity.
Exactly, yeah. you know, if that's a small way that I could actually help people, that's like an actual tangible tangible thing. And then, you know, you've got something on your CV, and obviously we've got such a great young cast as well. They were so much fun to be around. It was really special. And I think what was so great about it is that I feel like everybody felt like they were working on something special, and they really enjoyed, because, you know, you're not guaranteed that in that kind of thing. But yeah, you know, you know, find a job for somebody. It's like practical help. We don't want kind wishes.
Yeah, exactly. It's teach a man to fish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He feed, you know, he eats
totally. Teach a tran to fish.
Yes, teach a trans to fish. Give a trans a fish, and they'll eat for a day.
Yeah.
Teach a trans to fish,
and she'll be fishy for life.
Okay, so let's get to know you even more in a dating sense. So what's like do you have any like pre-date rituals?
There's definitely a razor involved.
Yeah.
I am quite old school.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I just don't think it's that different. Like, my last boyfriend, like, he'd phone me up every couple of days and be like, hey, how are you doing? And we just chat normally. And I felt like he, you know, genuinely took an interest in me. And then he'd be like, oh, what are you doing on Saturday? And I'm like, oh, nothing. He's like, do you want to go for a drink or something? I'm like, cool, yeah. And so I feel like when somebody's interested and they're pursuing you, it's not complicated.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I want you to ask me out with very clear plans of where we're going, what we're doing,
what time.
I don't need to hear that much from you in between. Maybe if I haven't heard from you the day before.
No, but I agree. Just like a check-in to know that it's still on.
Yeah, just say I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll talk to you when you get. Like, we'll talk when we get.
Save the small talk for
that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm probably like, I don't know.
Do you get like stressed about it? Like,
do I get stressed? No. I'm really good on dates.
Are you?
Yeah.
I am. Like, I'm really good on dates. It's the long-term relationship based on hehealthy boundaries and mutual respect that I struggle with. Yeah. I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't get a blow dry just to go meet a guy. But what I might do is, if I knew that I was getting a blow dry for something else,
plan the date.
And he's saying, I might go, well, maybe, you know. Maybe Tuesday, you know, because like I know I'm doing a podcast or something, you know.
But I'm already done.
Tuesday night be really good, you know.
Cute.
Yeah.
Well, should we move on to our hot date? Okay, Paris, grab your coat. Let's go for our hot date.
I thought you'd never ask.
This is Hot Date, brought to you by Tinder. So we're on a hot date. Where are we going? How did we get here first? Are you on the apps? Are you a big app dater?
I am on the apps. Yeah.
How do you find
an
them?
app. Well, they give with one hand, they take with the other, right? You know, I do love them, and I think, but particularly as a trans woman dating, I feel that it's helpful in some ways because you can screen out people for whom it's just not everybody's not. They don't want to date somebody, you know, and that's fine. You know, it's
you're a glass half full type of guy.
Whatever you're allowed to be attracted to who you want to be attracted to, you know. But also, I think it can also work in the reverse. So, for example, one of my exes I met at a very glamorous Halloween party, and it's very dangerous to drink a glass of champagne at midnight on Halloween with a handsome young man. I can tell you.
Imagine.
That was the start of a very tempestuous, passionate relationship. But we'd had this little glass of champagne, and he went in to sort of like give me a little kiss, and I said, before we have a little kiss, I need to tell you, you know, that I'm trans. And he just sort of looked at me and he went, oh, well, I can't sleep with you then. And I was like, but okay.
What?
Like I wasn't offering.
Yeah, what
you
the
know,
hell? That's so presumptuous.
Like, buy me steak first. You
literally.
know, we're friends now.
Okay.
I just laughed because also as well, like, this was a few years ago, like, and he was a bit, I think he was like 21, like he was a bit younger than me, like, and he'd just never been in that situation before, and so I was like, okay, but then we kissed him? Yeah, then we kissed, and I was like, okay, like, so you know, he's not that bothered kind of thing, and then we kind of like met up and we were sort of going on dates and stuff, but he was kind of like not freaked out, like he was like, he wasn't like, he never made me feel like small or ashamed or anything like that, but he was just like, he just couldn't get his head around it, and he's like, but I like women, like I like girls, you know what I mean? He's like, I just can't get my head around like that you were born, you know, kind of thing. And I was like, listen, it's cool, I'm just enjoying hanging out and seeing where it goes. What do you think is going to happen if you're meeting up with this really gorgeous guy regularly and you're just laying in bed, hugging, kissing, staring into each other's eyes for like 2 or 3 months?
Yeah.
I fell for this, and we fell for each other.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
And then one day he just said to me, "Oh, I had a thought about it actually, and it's just it's you. I like you, and it's like bodies,
men,
and he's like, so I think I could sleep with you actually, and I was like, oh, that's great. when are we doing it?
Yeah. Let me check my calendar. But, so where are we going on?
What's the dream location?
Where are we going on our dream date?
I am a fan of fine dining.
Oh,
so
you're talking my language.
If we've maybe had a little coffee date, I would like to get dressed up. I would like to, people, they like your pictures. Go, I love you in that dress, and it's like, well, invite me somewhere where it would be appropriate to wear that dress. Like, oh, you look really good. It's like, but you asking me out for a walk on Victoria Park. It's like, I'm going to be wearing my New Balance and my hair in a ponytail. Do you know
and
what
graphic
I mean?
tee.
And a graphic tee. So if you want me to look like really fancy, take me. Take me somewhere really fancy.
Ritz.
I would accept an afternoon tea.
A little finger sandwich.
Little finger. Just classic, nice.
Fine dining.
Yeah,
what's your favourite? What kind of food are we talking? Little Italian moment, or are we doing the finger sandwiches?
Yeah, are you being like strategic? Like you don't want to eat like spaghetti in front of them. And
the spag bowl moment with the orange mouth is not really it.
I think maybe anything with like too many carbs.
Okay, you're gonna
maybe
avoid.
Like, because even if I'm not going to like sleep with you on the first or second date, which I wouldn't.
Really?
Despite what people may say about me, it's not like I've
am a
never
lady.
done it, but I'm a very classy lady these days. When I was in France, actually, I went on a date with a really, really, really hot guy, and we went to this bar that, I mean, when French guys are hot, they're really hot.
Me as a lesbian, and I'm like, French guys.
Well, when we went to this bar, and like, I'd not eaten. It was a Friday night, and there were food, and we had a little glass of champagne, and he was like, "Should we just order a few little nibbly bits?" And so entrees. And so we got these fries and stuff, and we were sharing these fries, and I was going,
oh, see, this is like, you can make it sensual. Yeah, you're like working it.
Would you care for another one? And so I don't eat like that normally. And so definitely, everything I said about not changing myself for a man is just clearly a lie. I don't eat fries like that when I'm at home. I would have ordered at least 3 of them.
Do you like someone to like lead the date, like in terms of? Would you ever let someone order food for you? Are you like, no?
I'm not sure. I think maybe that's
that
might be it's giving no. My face is giving no. No, I don't need you to order for me, but definitely if you've made a book. Oh God, come on.
Yeah, but pay.
Come on. No, or this split the bet. That's fine. I get it. Like, it's cool, but it's like. Yeah, it's not for me. I'm pretty old school in that sense. I'm all like, I totally get it. But all I can tell you is maybe I'm conditioned. Maybe I'm stuck in this heteronormative model, outdated model of dating. But it's like, I'm sorry. Like,
no, you need them to make the effort.
If we're going on a date, but also as well, like, I would, for instance, if we had a meal somewhere, I might say, well, why don't we go for dessert somewhere else, and I'll pay for dessert, or I would get it. Like, I'm not a cheapskate, but it's like, like, it's not the same thing. Guys do expect you to look a certain way, and if you're doing your makeup, you're doing your hair, you're wearing a nice dress, like. Maybe you're getting a taxi because you're wearing heels or something like that. It's like the effort that you put in to go on a date. It's not the same in sort of heterosexual, heteronormative relationships. And so if you want me looking like $1 million, to buy me,
you can get the check.
But and it's just sexy as well, isn't it? I think it's like, I know how to charm a man, and I want a man to charm me. And I think for me, that's pretty old school.
So how do you know when it's going well then?
I'm quite superficial. Like, I just love a really good looking man.
Do you know what? I love that honesty.
Yeah, I just love a really good. I like intelligence and all the rest of it. So if it's not going well, I think it's. I mean, this is why you date, right? To see how you feel about them. And it's more just about, am I going away thinking about, have I got the flutters? Do I want to kiss you? Do I want to touch you? I think if you're laughing a lot. I think if you're smiling a lot and you're laughing, if you feel good. And I think if you're just a bit bored, it's not rocket science, is it?
Do you have any like red flags that you look out for?
It's fine to have a dog, but if there's a picture of you in
with
bed with your dog
you don't
in
like
the
that.
bed, it's like,
really, I think that's.
I can't sleep in the bed that the dog sleeps. I just can't. Sorry if that offends anybody, but it's like
that's like a hyper specific situation. I love it.
Have the dog on top of. I'm probably a bit.
It's under the duvet. Big no. If it's over the duvet.
Yeah,
there's a follow-up question.
Exactly, because if my parts are going in there and the dog's parts are getting in there, it's
so you're like very clean driven.
I'm quite I think with animals, it's just I think the red flags for me. I think I'm looking for confidence in a man. It's like I really like a man to lead. Like I would say that I'm quite old school in that way, probably quite submissive actually. Like thinking of the really great dates that I've been on is when a man has kind of gone in for a kiss, maybe on the second date, maybe at the end of the first date. Hasn't necessarily like asked, but there's been some you know, and he's judged it correctly. You know, there's been a bit of physical contact, and you look at each other, and I think that what could be sexier than that, than being desired and also
understood without talking.
And him having the intelligence to know that this is appropriate and it's welcome, and the confidence, because I think it takes I'm not really I'm quite a confident person, but I really do like the man to sort of like make them, so I'm really old-fashioned in that sense.
Okay, Paris, so obviously the podcast is called It Started With a Kiss, and earlier I asked Amy what her most raunchiest kiss was, so I'm going to pass that to you.
There was one guy who I had a really incredible connection with, and he'd kiss me at the end of, I think, like the second date. We just stopped in the street, and we'd been to see an exhibition at the V&A, and he just kind of stopped me and just looked at me and like just kissed me, and it was just the most erotic thing ever, because it was like
he took the lead.
He took the lead,
and he then read the moment right.
He read the moment right, and he was just absolutely gorgeous. Like, just really had these really beautiful bright green eyes, like a sort of velociraptor.
Wow.
You know, like just. I used to look at him and be like, "You're
not
like,
real."
Just what a gorgeous man. And I remember the first time that I went back to his, maybe the third date, and when we got through the door. He just kissed me and just threw me on the bed, basically. and we ended up with him on his back, and I'm kind of like on top of him, just kissing close. And I looked into his eyes, and it was just electric.
Oh my God, you really painted a scene
I could just feel this like energy, and I just knew it was going to be good between us, and it was really, really, really good. And you know, I haven't had that with like I've had some really great connections with people, and it makes me sad, because I feel like not everybody's experienced that connection, but you know, when you get that connection with somebody,
God,
it's like
in your loins.
And it's, to be honest with you, it's partly like why I've been single, not in the sense of, you know, nobody measures up to him, but more in the sense of like, I've had the good stuff.
You're not come back.
I've had the really good stuff, and it's sort of like, if you're not measuring up, it's like
you've had organic. You're not doing supermarket anymore.
I don't have time to waste time on this unless it's like you're really pushing my buttons, kind of thing. So it's like, I really want that spot, because I know it exists. I know it's out there.
It's in France.
It wasn't in France, no, but
where?
It could be next time.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I'd love to know if, you know, our hot date ended in a kiss.
I'd love to see you both again.
It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you.
Thanks for having me. One of the best dates I've ever been.
Did you get that electric feeling with us?
Yeah, we're all feeling it.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say.
No, it's been. I actually want to go on a date now.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Guys, if you want more gossip and BTS moments, you can follow us on @ItStartedWithAKissPod. And where can they find you, Paris?
What It Feels Like for a Girl is on BBC iPlayer and available in all the places that you can buy books.
If you have a juicy dating story, then please send it to us. We're dying to know.
Yeah, drop us a DM. This has been It Started With a Kiss, sponsored by Tinder.
Paris Lees, everyone!
Woo!
Bonsoir.
Thanks for having me. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.